Hello to everyone. In this video I will show you how to create a bootable USB drive or USB stick using a ISO file or ISO disk image file. I have been created this ISO image file from my original Windows 7 installation disks in order to create bootable USB, because installing from USB it's faster and more reliable, and it really helps you in case you want to install Windows on a computer that doesn't have a DVD drive fitted. So in order to be able to create a bootable USB drive, you'll firstly need to open any Internet Explorer browser like Firefox, Chrome, or Opera, or Windows Internet Explorer, and type download Rufus. And as you can see, Rufus create bootable USB drives the easy way, and just choose the first result, which is uh, the Rufus website. Now it shows you some info here. Create bootable USB drive the easy way, and here is a screenshot of the program itself. And Rufus is a utility that helps format and create bootable USB flash drives such as USB keys, pen drives, memory sticks, and many others. It can especially be used for cases where you need to create a bootable installation media from bootable ISOs. For it's available for Windows, Linux, UEFI file system. You need to work on a system that doesn't have an OS installed. You need a flash to flash a BIOS or other firmware from the OS. You want to run a low-level utility. Despite its small size, Rufus provides everything you need. Oh, and Rufus is fast. For instance, it's about twice as fast as Unibooting or Universal USB installer or Windows 7 USB download tool. On the creation of a Windows 7 USB installation drive from an ISO image. So Rufus is one of the fastest applications you can find available to create a bootable USB drive. It's the easiest to use. In order to download it, just click on here. So go on their page as you saw and I showed you earlier, and just click on this latest updated 2017. Click on this Rufus and you'll get it here in the taskbar. After download is completed, just click on it. It will open automatically. Now device is no device in here because there's no USB inserted. I will insert my USB drive, and it's a 64 gigabyte USB drive, and it's USB 3.0. So in my case the process will be faster than in the case where you would use a USB 2.0 drive or stick. And here you can choose MIBR partition scheme for BIOS or UEFI, MIBR partition scheme for UEFI, or GPT partition scheme for UEFI. Leave it MBR partition scheme for BIOS or UEFI. File system is NTFS, and you can also choose the file system, FAT, 32, UDF, or exFAT. Just leave these options as they are. Don't change anything. You can also check the device for bad blocks. So if the USB drive is old, you can check it to make sure that you will not get any errors while it's trying to install. and here it says quick format, create a bootable disk using ISO image. You can also use DD image, as you can see here, and click OK. Now you'll have to click here in order to select the bootable image source. So the source which you want to create the bootable USB drive from. In my case, it's located on local disk E, and this is the ISO image file, disk image file, and click open, and it says ready using image Windows 7 Ultimate 32 bits ISO. So all you need to do now is press start. It will warn you that all data on the device will be destroyed because the device will be formatted. Click OK, and now it has started to create a bootable drive. OK, it's already installing the needed files, extracting actually on the USB drive. As I told you, and I repeat, in my case this process goes very fast because I'm using a super speed USB 3.0 drive. If you use a USB 2.0 drive, it will be much slower, but I would strongly advise you to use a USB 2.0 version because it's compatible with more computers than the USB 3.0, and some computers cannot boot from USB 3.0, or you will have to change that options in BIOS settings. So I do advise you to use a USB 2.0 drive, but this is up to you. It's not very big difference, that just that USB 2.0 is much more compatible with any BIOS or any computer with an folder. Even USB 3.0 flash drives are compatible with USB 2.0, but not every time. So in some cases it might not work. Now it's all done. It says ready. The device has been created. Now if you open, as you can see, the name of the USB drive has changed from its normal name to this name because this is the image from the DVD. So it's like cloning the DVD and creating a bootable USB drive. So it has the original name, and here is the setup as well, just to show you it's installed on the USB drive. Okay, and all you need to do now is to go in BIOS settings. I will just show you. If you don't know how to do it, just search on Google. So how to set computer to boot from USB drive. Just search that on Google. Okay, and now to boot from a CD, DVD or USB device, make sure that the device has boot sequence priority over the hard drive. So BIOS boot, BIOS basic, blah blah blah. A typical method to access the BIOS settings screen is to press Escape F1, F2, F8 or F10 during the boot sequence. In some cases it's also you need to press the DEL, the delete key, to access the the BIOS settings. BIOS settings will allow you to run a boot sequence from a floppy drive, hard drive, a CD-ROM drive, or an external device such as USB drive. You may configure the order that computer searches these physical devices for the boot sequence. So you can select from there. Once you access the BIOS, you'll be able to set the USB as a primary boot device in order to boot from it. Or in some cases, you can press, like in my case, I have a HP laptop. I can press F10 without accessing the BIOS settings, and when I press F10, it asks me to which device I want to boot from: USB drive, floppy drive, DVD drive, and many others. And in my case, I don't have to access the BIOS. I have a HP laptop. Okay, so shortly, to specify the boot sequence, you need to start the computer and press escape F1, F8, F2, or F10 during the initial startup screen. Depending, this is the, you only need to press one of these keys, either escape, either F1, either F2, either F8, either F10, in some cases F12, depending on the BIOS manufacturer. You can Google for like what key, so if you're not sure what key do I need to press in order to access BIOS on Lenovo, let's say Lenovo in this case, laptop. So you just type that on Google, how to access BIOS, you will find some results. So for Lenovo, you will have to press F1, for example. Choose to enter BIOS setup. The BIOS setup utility page appears. Use the arrow keys to select the boot tab. System devices appear in order of priority. To give a CD/DVD drive boot sequence priority over the hard drive, move it to the first position on the list. To give a USB device boot sequence priority over the hard drive, do the following. Move the hard drive device to the top of the boot sequence list. Expand the hard drive device. To display all hard drives, move the USB device to the top of the list of hard drives. Save and exit BIOS setup utility. The computer will restart with the changed settings. So in this case, as you can see here, it's an image of a boot settings page. So you need to go to the boot page, and here are, so in this case the CD-ROM drive is first, removable devices, hard drive, and network boot. So in this order will be okay. If you don't have CD-ROM drive, don't worry about that. Just choose removable devices as first boot device, and your system will attempt to boot first from the USB drive that you just created earlier. Here you also have some instructions. So if you press just a second, if you press, for example, Shift plus F1 plus 1 enables or disables the device, plus and minus moves the device up or down. So you just go in boot section and using the arrow key select removable devices and press plus, and it will go up in the list, or minus, or you'll anyway have instructions here. You'll have instructions in here how to change values. As you can see, F1 help, select item, plus minus, no sorry, F1 is help, arrow up down is select item, plus minus is change values, F9 setup defaults, F10 it's save and exit. After you do all of this, for example, just press F10, click on yes, and that's all you need to do. After that, the computer will boot from USB drive that you have created, and the steps that you need to take further, it's same like installing from a CD drive. After you install Windows, on first restart screen, so the Windows Windows will install like half, and after that it will restart. When it will restart, you can go back to BIOS settings and put the hard drive as a primary boot device, because the computer doesn't need to boot anymore from the USB drive, as or it already booted and installed the needed files uh, for the Windows installation. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.